I was thinking today about bandwagons. And the reason I was thinking about bandwagons is because there was a program, and I haven't actually watched it, I need to watch it. There was a program about the menopause that was on telly a few nights ago, last week or something. And it was Davina McCall, I think, and it generated a lot of discussion the next day and over the subsequent days on social media amongst HR people and just generally. Generated a lot of discussion, lots of people kind of becoming more aware of it, which is brilliant, and I do need to watch it. But it just, and we started to have lots of inquiries, and there were lots of HR people talking on social media about, wanting to put in place a menopause policy for their organisation. We had clients approaching some of our consultants saying, "Oh, I think we should have a menopause policy," which is great. But there's a certain extent to which I think, is it bandwagon jumping, and is it actually anything real? And this kind of current discussion about the menopause is only one example. It's not. It's a general thing. And I think there can be a tendency sometimes with HR people and with other people, but I see it in the HR community. There's a tendency when something is generating a lot of discussion, if something's a very hot topic, there's a tendency with some people to think, oh, we must have a policy on it. We need to be, it's almost like we need to be seen to be doing something. We need to be ticking that box. We need to show that we're kind of listening to what's going on in the world. And it's good to listen to what's going on in the world and to pay attention. But there's a balance, isn't there? And it's not, I think it's not necessarily about we must automatically have a policy about it, whatever it is. In this circumstance, it was the menopause, but it could be anything. It's not just about, oh, something's happening, something's being talked about, let's have a policy about it. Isn't it better to just use the opportunity of something generating a lot of interest in social media? It's good to use that. I think people are talking about something anyway. It's good to kind of jump on that bandwagon, I suppose. It's good to jump on that and to engage in conversations with your employees about the subject. Mental health has been one. There's been loads of different sort of subjects that have kind of, for whatever reason, generated a bit of a flurry on social media. So it's good to take advantage of that, I think, and engage in a conversation that's already happening anyway amongst your employees. But use it wisely and use it in a kind of real way. Don't just think, oh, we must have a policy about whatever it is. Use it to think about, how are we actually handling this particular subject in the workplace? So menopause being the recent example, how are we handling, how are we supporting employees who might be going through that? Are we doing anything? Are we even aware? How do we handle that kind of thing? And look at how you're actually dealing with it and talk to employees about how they're finding that. Don't just have a policy, because actually, do you actually need a whole policy about menopause? You may do. Some people it's appropriate, others not. But use it in a real way. So don't just jump on the bandwagon of the latest trend and tick a box and have a policy and then put it in a drawer. Use it in a real way. Talk to people, engage with people, and make real improvements in how you handle things in the workplace rather than ticking a box with a policy.